Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. I wanted to share with you guys a tutorial on how to put this really cute spiderweb mini album or embellishment book, which is what I created. So I posted just kind of a flip through of this, and a couple of people asked me to do a tutorial on how I did the binding and then how I did the pages inside. So I'm going to go ahead and show you that. So if you are wanting to get this actual die set, it is from KSCraft's, I think it's the July 2024 Halloween release. So, but I feel like, you know, if you have some other type of die set and you're just kind of wanting to maybe create something, you know, similar to this binding, you could certainly do that. But yeah, you do need this die set to do the exact project that I'm going to be sharing with you today. So the first thing you're going to need, I'll just kind of leave this here for a second. You're going to need to cut a piece of 5 inch by 5.5 inch cardstock, and I cut mine in the same color I did all my base pages. So you're going to need one of those. You're going to need 6 of your base pages. So this right here is your base page, and I cut mine all out of the same color cardstock. So you're going to need 6 of those. You're going to need 12 actual layering pieces. So this is the layering piece that kind of goes over there, and that's what's going to decorate your front and back cover, the inside cover, and the inside of each page. So I kind of color coordinated mine, so you might want to kind of just pre-think how you're going to do it before you start cutting out. Then you're going to need a you're going to need a layering piece here for your spine. So whoops, this is going to be a layering piece for your spine. And then what's the last? You're going to need, so on your spine layer, that's your measurements there. Okay, 3 3/4 by 5 1/4 inch. And then to go in between each of the pages to cover up these holes right here, you are going to need to cut, I forgot to put how many, 5. Is it one? Yeah, 5, sorry. Let's just put that there. You're going to need 5 strips of paper, and those are going to be 5 1/4 inches by 7/16 of an inch. Okay, and that should hopefully work out okay. So first thing you're going to do, actually, let's leave this just here. Hopefully you guys can see that just for a little bit, so you can screenshot that or do whatever you need to do to get those measurements. So you're going to take your 5 inch by 5.5 inch piece of cardstock, and we're going to do it on the short side. So this is the 5 inch side, and you're just scoring half an inch. Okay, so we're just doing a 1/2 inch there, and then we're just going to completely flip it, and then we're just going to do another 1/2 inch. Okay, that's it. That is going to create our spine. Okay, and then we're going to go ahead and just fold it on the score line, burnish that down so you can get a nice crisp fold, and then burnish that down. Now, what I did, just so you guys know, I think my, oops, sorry, I didn't mean to hit that. I think my original spine was about just over 3 inches wide, and then I just had an extra 1/2 inch on each side, so I can attach my front and back cover. I wanted this one to be a little wider because this one I just included 3 pages, and my spacing wasn't very good because this is my kind of my template. So I think I measured this out to where it should come out a little bit better, but it's going to be a lot chunkier because this is going to be, you know, basically put together a 4 inch spine instead of a little over a 3 inch spine. So it's going to be quite a bit bigger. Okay, so first thing we're going to do is, and then also, just for interest of time, let me move this out of the way. For interest of time, I did cut everything out, and then I went ahead and glued all my pages together. What I messed up on, just so you know, save your cover sheet, so your back cover and your front cover. Don't attach this page yet, okay? You can attach the back, just don't do that inside. When I did this one, I accidentally glued it down, totally forgot. And so I had to cut another piece that's gonna have to go over that. And I'll show you why in just a second. Okay, so we're just gonna grab our front cover, and that's our back cover. And then here's all my pages. I did pre-glue everything down, so you can kind of see how those are gonna go together. So let's just set those there. And then the first thing we're gonna do is, let's just get some glue, and on our spine, so this is our front cover. You gotta kind of keep track of this. This is our front cover here. That's gonna go there. This is the piece that we're actually adding glue to. Okay. And the reason we're doing this is we don't want to glue these guys down, because that's what's going to allow us to add the, whether you're using twine or ribbon or whatever, but that's going to allow you to lace it up. If you glue it down, then you're obviously not going to be able to, to add your, your laces through there. So, so now we are just gluing this there, and I just kind of, so we're just gluing it there. And so you see why you're not supposed to add that piece yet. I don't know why I spaced that out. I think I did that the first time I made it too, and then it's been so long since I made it, I kind of forgot. Okay, so we just want to make sure we got that nice and glued down like so, and we're going to trim those in a second. Then we're going to take our back cover, and we're going to do the same thing. Hopefully I stayed in frame, you guys. Sorry, I have to stand up and do this. It's super awkward because I have a lower desk, so I'm not at a standing desk. And trying to do a tutorial when you're standing up, but you're kind of hunched over, I don't know, it's just not super comfortable. I feel like I need a taller filming area. That way, I could do more tutorials. Because normally when I just show you like project shares and stuff, I do all that downstairs because the light is so good. And I actually have to sit down on the floor and do it. So yeah, it's just quite awkward. Okay, so there we go. That's it. That's all we're doing right now. Okay. And then real quick before we trim, let's just add this piece in. So just kind of, think about how you want to color coordinate your pieces. I kind of like this together, and then I was imagining, with that string going across, hopefully you'll be able to see some of the faces and the costumes. So we're just going to glue this inside really quickly. And normally when I'm crafting, you guys, I'm way better with the glue. But in interest of time, I'm just trying to do this as fast as possible. So I've already done this video once. I didn't like how it turned out. I think I didn't have some of my measurements the way I wanted them to be. So, and I don't edit my videos. So I just kind of thought, you know what, I'm going to do another one. And now my measurements should be good. Okay, so we're just going to kind of get that in there, and there you go. So simple, right? And then to show you how I did this part here, so you can see here this really cute cobweb. I popped it up on foam, and I thought it looked really cute on top of those that like spider paper. And I have the same spider paper in a black with white, and I thought, since I'm doing kind of a pastel album this time, I think I'm going to use this one for kind of like an October daily. I don't really do an October daily, but I thought I would try to just take some photos in October, whether it's of things I'm crafting or like, things I'm crafting or places I maybe, go. It's not going to be like every day. Obviously, I work most of the time, so I don't actually do a lot of things because I'm either working or trying to do design team things. So I don't have much of like, I would say like a social life, but I'm actually trying to change that. So I'm going to be doing less design team work, at least for a bit. And then, try to, especially with the holidays coming up, I've pretty much crafted, a lot of Halloween and Christmas already. And yeah, so coming into the holidays, I would like to try to have time to actually go do things. Okay, so some of those fell out, but I wanted to show you guys how I do this. When I'm doing foam and layering my embellishments and things, I layer most of my things on foam. I buy this foam at, I think I get it at, did I get this at Michael's or Joann? I think it was Michael's, and they had a big stack. I don't even remember how many were in the stack, maybe 50 sheets, and pastel colors. Since I work mostly with pastels, I did pastels. Here, I'm gonna shift this just down a little bit. But yeah, so sorry, I'm getting sidetracked. So what I do is I cut it out of the foam and I try to leave all the pieces in there as best I can. That way your foam doesn't stretch out. So this is how I do like my frames when I'm going to do a like a shaker. I do it the same way. Just try to leave most of my pieces in. Okay, so now I am going to go ahead and pull the outer part out. I'm still going to leave those there, because I'm going to pull them out at the end. And then we're just going to add some glue. So we'll get to the inside in a second. I just kind of wanted to show you kind of how to make this like your cover and your spine like extra like fun. I don't know. I just like it a little extra if I can. And I don't do a lot of stitching, but I know a lot of you do. It's so beautiful. So you could stitch this cobweb, which I think would be gorgeous. You could stitch, you know, around all your pages. But I feel like most die sets have the stitch detail. And I actually really appreciate that, because I am not about to stitch like everything. It just takes so much extra time, even though the outcome is better. Okay, so that's just kind of how I would do that without, so that it doesn't get all misshapen, if that makes sense. And then I can come in afterwards and just literally just pull these guys out. So really easy. And now it's not going to stick. These aren't going to stick because I didn't put glue on these little parts. And you can go ahead and just pull those out. Okay, so I'm not going to spend the time to get those little ones out. I will for the finished product. And I'm going to decorate this thing another time, and then I'll share it with you guys just so you can see how it came out. Okay, so now for the inside. Let's go ahead and fix our inside covers. Okay, so we're going to go ahead and add this here. And she's gonna just go right there. And if you're wondering, I used a couple different paper collections to put this together. I mostly used the Fairy Tale Club, but I pulled a bunch of different sheets. I just mixed everything up, so I don't know what collections, you know, they're from. But yeah, so, and then this is the Obed Marshall. I forgot, it's not Fantastico. I think it's one of the other ones. And I love that paper. I wish I had like 1,000 more pieces. Okay, so just going to, you can see I started to glue this one down and then I ripped it off before the glue dried, because I was like, oh no, wait a minute, I'm not supposed to glue that yet. So, okay, so we're doing this there. And I think that looks pretty good. And then, oh, I forgot to trim these off. Okay, so that's so far, right? There we go. So cute. There's our inside before we add the pages. Let's go ahead and trim off just that little bit that sticks out. And if you just hold your scissors kind of up against this top piece, you should be able to just kind of trim that out. one. My scissors are a little too bulky. I need a little skinnier scissor. Okay, so we got that, and then we're just gonna trim that one out. It's hard to do this on camera and then watch what you're doing. So you like to stay in frame. Okay, there we go. So, so cute. Cute, cute, cute. Oh my gosh, yes. Okay, now, where's my pages? Oh, here they are. Okay, so for my inside pages, we're going to start with the back, okay? The back pages first. So all you're going to do is after you put your pages together, you're going to fold everything on that, that score line. So I don't know if I showed you guys that, but when you cut these out, there is a score line right here. And you're going to go ahead and score that or fold on the score line. Just so you know, this is actually meant to use like rings, like the binder rings. That's how you're really supposed to put it together. But at least I think that's how you're supposed to put it together. But I decided I wanted a spine. So that's why I did it this way. Okay, so we're just going to add glue to this top part of the flap. And definitely make sure you're adding enough glue because these are your pages. So this is going to have, whether you're doing an embellishment book or, you know, a December daily, or I mean, October daily, you're going to want it, you know, your pages to not like move around and like start to come undone. Okay, so what we want to do, hopefully I measured this out right, guys. We are going to basically line this up right here with that score line. Okay. Make sure it can fold up before you really push this down. So there we go. So we want to make sure this freely moves and you're not, you know, bumping into that paper right there. Okay. So let's look at that closely. I like that one's. There we go. And then I kind of did my paper like this so that when it was open, this kind of matched. I just like that. I'm just kind of a little like, I don't know, I'm kind of a little funny like that, where I like things to be, maybe, I don't know what you would call that. Like, I like them to be uniform. And when I even back in the day when I used to scrapbook, if I had like a 12 by 12 page, you know, 12 by 12 here and 12 by 12 there in an album, those pages had to be the same main base page. And I could, you know, obviously embellish them differently, but my bases needed to be the same. So, and then this one, same thing. We're just going to kind of butt it up against that one and make sure, you know, your pages can freely move. Okay. And go ahead and just burnish that down. And then when you're doing this, make sure you're also lining these up here and here. I think I cut my, now that I'm looking at it, I feel like I cut my spine a little bit short. So I'm not sure what I'll do to fix that, but I mean, honestly, it's probably not that noticeable. So maybe, what did I cut this? 5 by 5.5. I think if you do it exactly 5.5, I think I cut it just under the 5.5 when I was doing it. So do it at these measurements here and it should work out perfect. Okay, so let's add this one. This is my favorite paper from the Fairy Tale Club. Again, I don't remember which collection it's in. It's definitely one of the Halloween ones. But I love, this is my favorite color. As you can see, that's what I use for my base. And I use this turquoise mist for my base on just about everything I do. I like it better than pink, and it just makes like a really good base. So but yeah, I love that Spiderweb. It's just so stinking cute. And yeah, Andrea makes like the most, just the cutest paper collections. Like this is from one of her Halloween collections. This is from one of her Halloween collections. It's just so stinking cute. It's like so fun and like whimsical. Okay, my last page. So we are gluing this one on. Ooh, I think I'm doing pretty good. So it's harder when you do a tutorial and you're not going to speed it up because, like I said, I don't edit. So I am going to go, you know, just over the 20, I don't know, a little over 20 minutes before I'm done. But, oh well. Oh well, what you going to do? Whoops. Oh, wait a sec. Did I do? I don't think I did enough pages. Oh my goodness. Okay. So 4 pages. So, yeah. Oh my gosh. I need actually 1 more page. Yeah, 1 more page. Okay, so that's okay. I just did it a little short. So instead of cutting 6, you're going to do 7. I don't know how I messed that up. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yeah, sorry. Let's just do that again. So we need to do 7 base pages, and then that will make this 14 layering pieces. So I'm just going to add 1 more, which is actually better. I'm kind of excited about that because I was going to use this for my like October daily. I really felt like I needed more pages. So what I'll do is I will add another page here, and I'll have to, you know, because I want these to match, I'll have to cut another one of those. So those match. But yeah, so I'll be able to get 1 more page in, and it'll go here, and it'll seem weird to you that there's this space, but it's actually good because the reason you want that extra ½ inch right here is you want to make sure this page and this page aren't too close together. You want even spacing here. And that allows you to do pretty chunky embellishments, or, you know, really add a lot to your like photo album. And then you are going to do now 6 of those strips of paper. So the way these will work is, so here's your strips of paper. I'm not gluing these in because I want to do a line of gold stitching, like gold thread, but these you can sew down the middle, or you don't have to, and then you're going to go ahead and just glue it just right there, and that's just going to cover up those holes, and it's still going to allow this to freely open. Does that make sense? And then this, the fun thing about this is when it's just sitting there, like on its actual spine, you can see how, you know, you can, you know, kind of have it like open to there, or like, you know, opening like that. So I think that's like super, super fun. Love, love, love that. And then, what was the other thing I was going to say? Oh, so on the back, I'm not going to actually lace this up, but I do want to show you, kind of how, you know, easy it is. Let me get like some, this ribbon. So I just started mine at the bottom, and just pull it through like that. And then, I don't know, you guys might have a better way of lacing something up, but I just did mine this way, and then I just want them to be like even. So there we go. So just like that. And then you're just going to go ahead and lace it up. So I chose this like sheer turquoise ribbon so that you could still see these characters kind of through there. I mean, you're going to see them really well, but you'll be able to see them. But isn't that just so stinking cute? So anyway, hopefully you enjoyed that. If you have any questions at all, just leave them in the comments below, and you know, I'll try to answer those. So hopefully that makes sense. And like I said, when I finish like kind of decorating this and adding photos and stuff, I'll show it to you. So it'll probably be, you know, after October's over. But yeah. And then just as a recap, we did change that since we're going to add an extra page. Just make sure you do it there. You're going to do 7 base pages, 14 layering pieces, 1 spine, and then 6 strips of paper for in between. And you can, you know, just so you know, you can adjust this spine if you only wanted, you know, say 2 pages in between, and you wanted them maybe further apart. You can glue them further apart. You just have to figure out your measurements of how much space you want between each page. And yeah, it's pretty simple. And I usually, before using my good paper, I'll just get some, like just some cheap white cardstock and just mock it up. So mock it up first. That saves you from making a mistake, as I did here with forgetting to do a page. So anyway, guys, I'm so glad you stopped by. And again, just leave me a comment if you have any questions about what I did here. If I kind of didn't explain something well or skipped a step or something, hopefully I didn't. Hopefully that all makes sense. And then definitely check out KSCraft for this amazing die set. I think you're going to love it. I really think this could be a really cute card as well. Like, wouldn't that be fun? Just a card like that. So I haven't made any of those yet, but I think that would be like super, super fun to do. All right. Thanks so much for stopping by. We'll see you on the next video. Bye.